Alrighty, what's going on? Welcome back to Thursday's episode of the Sit Down Sports Edition. Here with the man, Andrew. You already know. And as promised, a little super special, something real quick today. We're going to kind of inform you. We were thinking about doing this in the future more, about sort of just attacking topics as they come into the spotlight, right? Yeah. And so today we're going to talk about Russell Wilson. Why Russell Wilson? Because reports are coming out from his camp that he's unhappy in Seattle because of a lack of pass protection.
Yes.
Now this is interesting, right? Because you go back and you look at some of the stats, right? In his first 9 years in the NFL, he's been sacked the most out of any other quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. It's concerning, right? Because where there's smoke, there's usually fire.
Yes.
Right? And this is interesting because if you're a Seattle fan, you need to build around Russell Wilson.
Absolutely.
He's that guy. Now, what are you thinking, Andrew? Do you think he stays? Do you think he goes? What do you think this is right here?
So, I think he stays. I think this is one of those things where I think maybe you'll even hear a tongue-in-cheek Pete Carroll come out and say, "We're not happy with how Seattle's protecting Russell Wilson either."
Right.
We're not happy about it. We want to protect Russell Wilson.
And to interject, the old offensive coordinator actually just got fired
for that
because of a difference in philosophy.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder which philosophy
A difference of philosophy. We had heard, via the Pat McAfee show, right?
Yep.
There was just a huge lack of variety when it came to the offense. Everything was a 7-step drop.
Yep.
And you just hope and you pray and let's take a deep shot.
Yeah.
And then you saw that offense decline over time. And I think that was a huge part of it. The offensive coordinator seemed to just want to let Russell Wilson just do his thing.
Yeah.
With no game plan. No smoke screens. No bubble screens. No quick outs. None of that
No
stuff.
play action. Really.
Correct.
I think that's pretty much where it is, right? The first half of this NFL season, Russell Wilson and that Seattle offense was one of the best things in football.
Right.
Fun, electric. They were scoring 30-plus points a game. It was insane. Tail end of the season, teams took notice and said, all right, well, we're not going to let you do that anymore, so we're just going to rush the passer. And then Russell went back to running for his life again. And then the defense had to step up, and eventually they made the playoffs, and that was the issue, right? They could not stop that pressure from coming in with Russell. So, again, do I think he'll go anywhere? No, I don't think so. Mm-hmm. I think he's one of those guys where he's going to be with Seattle for a long time. And I think he likes Seattle. I think he enjoys it there. It's close to California. It's where his wife works and all that kind of stuff. And it's not a.
That's home.
It's home to him, right? He's been there for so long now, and he has such a presence in that community and with those people. And the kind of guy Russell Wilson is, he's a loyal guy. He's not gonna run out of town on you.
Right.
So I think he stays. I think you even see people in the Seattle organization say, "We agree with you, Russell. We have not been protecting you well, and we're going to try and do every step to make sure that we continue to protect you, we continue to provide you weapons, and we provide you with a game plan that works and makes sense." And I think he's going to say, "You know what? I agree. Let's make it happen." And now all of a sudden, if this year doesn't go the way Russell wants,
right,
and it goes down the toilet, and he's getting hit all the time, he's getting up there in his age in his career.
He's asked for a trade.
Right. I think he'll ask for a trade after that point. Or I don't know how many more years left he has on his contract. Or maybe he'll just run that out and say, "No, I'm good."
Because that's my biggest concern. If you're a Seattle fan, right, you need to keep him around because he is that franchise. Without Russell Wilson, you guys are in trouble.
They're irrelevant for them.
Right. So two years.
One Super Bowl with Matt Hasselbeck.
Does he get hit enough to have him retire early, or does he just say, "Hey, I'm done. Get me out of here. I want to trade"?
I think he'll try and get out of Seattle. I think he's too much of a football guy. I mean, granted, we thought the same thing about Andrew Luck, but Andrew Luck was going through the same issue, but he was a nice guy.
Right.
He said, "Well, it's just a part of the game. Just getting hit, doing the thing, and and then all of a sudden he's got a few head injuries, and now he's retired.
Ankle was a big thing.
Right, running a book club and doing his thing in engineering. Apparently he's one of the biggest architectural engineers in the country. People really want his business. So, but Russell Wilson, it already seems like his team, he told his team, "All right, put this out. I need to see what Seattle's going to respond and say."
Correct. And that's my thing. Is fed up enough to have somebody leak something. Because you've never heard this when it comes to Russell Wilson. You never hear
You'll never hear come out of his mouth.
Ever. So this is concerning, right? And I'm very interested to see how they shore that up.
Absolutely.
Do they shore it up with new offensive linemen? Do they shore it up with the new offensive scheme? Less pass, more play action? less pass, more run.
Sure.
You know, I'm very curious to see what they do to address those concerns, because those are very valid.
Right.
It's not called pass protection if you can't protect.
I think the answer here is that Seattle needs to have some sort of answer. Whatever the answer is, they need to have an answer, and it needs to not be, hey, Russ, shut up. Because that ain't working in this NFL anymore. Players got the power. You don't. You need Russell more than he needs you. He'll go somewhere else and succeed. You need him. So give him an answer where he can say, I honestly, you know, I'll say it again, the best thing they can do is say, you know what, Russell? You're right. We need to be better at protecting you. And we're going to do everything we can to do that. And they'll have those conversations privately with him, and I think they need to come out publicly and say, we hear the news reports, and we are working on it. It's like when a tech company, people complain about glitches and things like that.
Right,
Hey, this product's not working. We know this is an issue, and we're working on it. Seattle needs to do the same exact thing, because if they don't, then they just look kind of ignorant, and that gives Russell more fuel to get out.
Correct, and that's the thing. You got to keep him in town. You have to.